No comment. I want one of those armbands like Kalen's got. Probably look just like that on my arm. Question, Doug, what do you got?
What did you see from the scrimmage over there?
Lots of good things. Had some explosive plays. Tim White standing out, went both ways, handled it pretty well. Kalen had a big run. Defense had some takeaways, kind of the first time. We had, I think, 3 interceptions. So, like that. Had a 2-minute situation. It was good. It was back and forth. Probably defense might have got a little better up in the day. But lots of positive things. I thought we ran the ball really, really well and did some good things. I thought it was good.
Did you hold back all defensively, or did you blitz and...
Well, I don't know. Coach P, he called it. So. We had an interception with the 3s. I can't tell you who got that one. It's an interception for a touchdown with the 3s. Hey, who got the interceptions today? I can't remember. Who?
I didn't see it. 20 had an interception.
I know that 20 did. He's a walk-on guy. I can't remember who got it. I wish I could, but I'll find that out for you, Doug, and get back to you.
You mentioned that the running back maybe been the most consistent. I know you got a better guy there. What's enabling them to show what they're showing?
I tell you who's had a great spring. You know, obviously DeMario and Kalen have done really well, but Nick's our guy that, I mean, he's rolling in their rep with the ones. He brings a physicality and just a different dimension to that group. He's really, really improved, and so I like what he's kind of his progression there.
He trimmed down, lost a little bit of weight, got quicker. Or...
He's got in shape. You know, I think I don't know how many. I want to say he had 6,000 yards in high school and like 50-something carries a game. It was crazy how many carries. I think that kind of caught up with him, and that's kind of why he had the injuries he had last year. So I think he's finally just getting in collegiate shape.
How do you sum up the spring JoJo win for his
JoJo's biggest challenge is compete to be the best in the country. I mean, he is really gifted and when he has a knowledge and an understanding of what he's doing, he's got a chance to be special. He's not right now. He's got a chance to be, and I love his attitude, and he's a dynamic player for us that can really, I think, is a guy that really needs to fill that role, much like maybe a Will Sutton did. But I like, that front 3, Ami and Tayshawn and JoJo are pretty special, and then I like how we're developing behind him. I think George is probably the next guy. George has had a really good spring, and then, Rennell and Christian Hill, those guys have done well. And Jalen Bates is a guy that's got to continue to keep where he's just raw, and he's getting better every day. So Darius is coming off surgery, and I think that's really going to help him to be healthy. Well, we won't scrimmage Saturday. It'll just be kind of a regular practice, kind of a fan appreciation type deal, and do a lot of interactive stuff with our fans and stuff that are there, and be very much controlled. Be no tackling or anything like that.
Do you expect to have now in the rotation a little bit more on that defense?
I mean, they got to earn it. I mean, in the level you got to be to getting that rotation's going to be pretty high. I do foresee that looking different than it has for the first 4 years where we've had guys playing 70, 80 plays, But, I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. But I do think that we've made progress there. Well, Christian's just raw. He's just learning how to play fundamental technique. And then, it's I'll tell you a guy that I wanted to point out that's been has made the best transition. If you said who is a newcomer, a new player that's made the best transition, Crump. He is really just relentless. He's a guy that he didn't always do it right, but he's going to do it 100 miles an hour, and he's got a lot of athleticism and got to continue to be more physical, but he's a guy that would be out of all the newcomers, he has really stood out to me the most as far as just how he's really listened and adapted and done well. Christian, obviously up front, there's a closer margin of error. He is so physically strong and tough, high character guy. I love everything about him. And he's just learning how to take the first step and learning how to play with his hands. And he's been a steady, getting better every day.
How would you sum up the chemistry after the spring season?
You know, I really like the chemistry on our team. Not a lot of talking, a lot of doing. Just doesn't say much, and you're working hard. I think one of the things, like I told you, we still got an awful lot of work to do because, some of our key guys, Lau, Christian Sams, Armand Perry. I mean, we just can't get your, and we've developed a lot of other people, but I'm excited for that we need to stay healthy and get those guys healthy so we can get reps. So probably the back end, our pass defense, and that is probably the one that we got to, spend the most, because we've had the most people missing practice there. Even Mo Chandler's not been healthy. Armand's not been healthy. Lau obviously is not healthy. They could probably go, but they just hadn't been healthy to practice. So we got to have a great, summer program with that, and have a great camp. That's not official yet. So.